Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel. I have literally waited forever to say that.
It's been a long time coming. Been promising it for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, I am Liv Brownson. I am an online coach. I am a physio. And yeah, I've wanted to start a YouTube forever, so this is exciting.
And I am Joe Cross, so I'm also an online coach, and we obviously do coaches at Excel Coaching. So we have recently, emigrated to Dubai, and what better time to actually start a bit of a vlog series. And today marks 1 week since we moved here, and what a week it has been. So I want to run you through, obviously, the week itself. So it's not going to all be about bodybuilding. It's not just going to be about coaching. It's more about sort of our immigration process, our lifestyle transition into Dubai, because wow, it's been it's been a change, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a roller coaster. It's only been 1 week. So yeah, it's going to be all things lifestyle, training, vlogging. So kick it off, Liv. Speak about a week ago.
Yeah, it was literally
Go on,
like
experience of last week.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Like, we were obviously in such a good mood to come, the flight was fine, and then we arrived and literally the first taxi that
the flight wasn't fine. It took us about 2 hours to get through security.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it took us 2 hours to get through Manchester Airport security. They literally had us going around the whole airport. Like, the whole airport was cordoned off just so people could go through like 2 rows of security. It was absolutely ridiculous, but never mind.
And I got woke up on the plane from the air.
Yeah, but that was your fault. Joe decided it'd be a good idea to sleep on the seats that said reserved for cabin crew, so I'm not surprised they kicked you off that. So yeah, obviously then we landed, we were like, right, our luck's going to change, like it's going to be absolutely fine. And then we got to the Airbnb and we arrived at like 8 a.m. Dubai time, because it was a night flight. And we arrived early and we got to the Airbnb and they said, oh, you're not going to be able to check in until 4 p.m. When you've obviously slept on a flight for like 7 hours, obviously that is not ideal, so we literally had to change.
You didn't sleep for 7 hours.
Well, no, I
slept for 8 hours straight. I slept like a baby.
I did loads of work.
But we got there, didn't we? And originally they said, right, no problem, you can check in early, there's no one in the room. And then there was a problem with the room that we were meant to be in, so we had to sit in reception for 8 hours. So we thought, right, we've got no food, we've got nothing to do, so let's do some work. So let's get a taxi to the local mall. Brilliant. 2 minutes away down the road. We get to the mall, we get out the taxi, and Liv has left the phone in the taxi. So this is within the first like 20 minutes of landing in Dubai, we'll get at the Airbnb. So
I actually burst out crying.
In hysterics, crying and just not knowing what to do, because obviously our whole life and business is all through your phone. We've just been landed in the middle of nowhere, and it was like, right.
It was just so typical. It was so typical, and it was because I had the laptop with all the passports in, with all the visa documents, and obviously because we're being residents, it's really important that we had these particular visas stamped, and if we didn't have it stamped, when we literally came in, we would have been stuck, we would have had to probably leave and come back in. So it was really important that obviously we kept these safe, and I was like, oh God, like what am I going to do with them? Making sure that they were all in my bag, and as I was doing that, I obviously like left my phone. But obviously at that point I couldn't then enjoy myself in the mall, so I was literally just like crying because
you're a pain in the ass to be
there was
all day.
There was literally no signal. I obviously couldn't ring it. I couldn't contact the taxi driver because we have no like phone signal here.
Well, the good thing was, whenever we spoke to anyone, because it's Dubai, it's the UAE, policies are so strict, like no one will dare to steal anything, because you get your hands chopped off, whatever the rumours are, but no one would dare to steal anything because they live very by the book, which is great. So we had the assurance from like the Airbnb, the reception team, that like you will categorically get it back, but it wasn't for like 36 hours later. And actually I was down doing cardio when they came to drop the phone off, and Liv was still fast asleep in bed, so she missed the phone being brought to her room, and then it then got brought to us again 12 hours later, in which she then had to pay the taxi driver money to take her to the ATM to get some money out, to then obviously get a phone back. So it was just a rigmarole. It was a complete rigmarole. But anyway, after the ordeal of the weekend, we started to like settle into a routine. The first couple of days were here, there and everywhere. So obviously for us to come over to Dubai and like set up a business and actually gain residency, it's a bit of a convoluted process. So it's not as straightforward as most people would probably think, and it's been a bit of a manic week of all the loopholes and the hoops you've basically got to jump through. So we set up a business, obviously, you know, Excel Coaching, and me and Liv are obviously, you know, directors, and we're employed by the business. So, you know, that's all great, and we used obviously an external party to set the business up, you know, paid that setup fee, and then basically once the business is generated, we gain our residencies from the business itself. So all good and well. However, it's not just as straightforward as that, because you have to go to so many different places to basically get it all through the process. So the Monday we went to Business Day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which is the creation office, so to meet the guys that basically set up our business for us. Really good to sort of introduce them. You know, they couldn't have actually been more accommodating. So that's when we kind of felt like, you know what, our look's starting to change. We're starting to find our way around, find our bearings, and we actually got back into the gym on Monday. And I think that just helped us just clear our head when we seen like how good the kit was going to be, and it kind of gave us that thing like we're going to be set, we're going to be set. So obviously that was that. So this week has consisted of getting the business obviously finalised and set up. We've had to go for PCR tests, we've had to go for medicals. So pretty much in Dubai you can't come in if you're like broken, so you can't have obviously, you know, any infections. You get a blood test done, chest x-ray, and then obviously you get your fingerprints completely done. So they've got literally everything on record, which is great because it's, you know, nice and secure, but it's obviously a little bit of rigmarole because you have to get picked up, taken here, there and everywhere, and obviously nothing is ever in the same place. So every day of the week it's been go to this place, go to this place, go to this place, then get a PCR, so you can go to this place. Now we've got sort of health insurance. So it's been like a busy week, considering we need to obviously continue doing our work as well.
All I would say is, if you actually want to move here, is find a company that can set up your residency for you, because trying to actually do it yourself,
we never would have been able to do it.
No. Like it would have been so difficult. And the fact we may have like found our way around, but obviously when you're here, you can't get a phone number, you can't get a bank account, you can't lease a car, you can't do any of that until you're a resident. So they've made the process a lot quicker than obviously what we would have done if we were here.
I think it would have taken months.
It's still going to take a few weeks now, but it would have taken so much longer, so I would just highly recommend it.
And it saves so much stress. Like obviously you pay a premium, you pay a fee, but the lucky thing is, like, we have a lot of friends who have done this in the last 6 months. So Cam and Hannah obviously did it last year, so that's Cam Mackay, and then obviously Kira and Max have both also done it. So they have kind of helped us to set up a group chat, and literally I'm just hammering them with questions. What do we do here? What do we do here? So it's been a lot easier for us. But equally, if anyone like is generally interested, like, we would also be more than happy to help, because I guess it's just one of them loopholes that you've got to like go through. So anyway, that aside, we are now like obviously a week in, so we want to sort of, now we're in a routine, we've got like a full week of work out of the way, and this is our first day where we have a bit of freedom, don't we? We're going to actually take you through like we don't know what the day's going to look like because we haven't actually had a day off yet, but we're going to go to the gym now, so we need to take check-in pictures. So both me and Liv have got new coaches, which we'll be probably doing a separate video for, because we want to kind of talk about that in a little bit more detail. So keep your eyes peeled on Instagram and everything, but we want to go to the gym, get some really good check-in pictures, so everything's, you know, really uniform, and just put as much effort into that. So we're going to get our cardio done at the gym today. Usually just go downstairs in the apartment. We're going to actually get our rental car as well. So I've took a fucking downgrade. I've took a big downgrade. So
I've took a downgrade as well.
Well,
I've not been driving in a bloody Mitsubishi Attrage.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a Kia Picanto, but we've upgraded to a Mitsubishi Attrage. But considering I was paying the exact same money, bar £50 for a GLC 43, unbelievable £50,000 car in the UK, and now, yeah, I'm back to probably, well, it's worse than my first car. I had a Golf in my first car, and this is by far worse. So we're going to be driving around in a tin can for 4 weeks and paying the same money, so that's great. So everyone who thinks it's all sunshine and rainbows living this influencer lifestyle, then you got another thing coming, because things cost over in Dubai. But yeah, you know, we couldn't be more grateful for obviously the position we're in. So you know, now we've found our feet, like it already is feeling like home, to be fair. Obviously we need to get our apartment sorted, so once residency set up we can get our apartment all together. But right now, you know, the goal is just enjoy the time here, be present while we're here, because we've been having so much stresses to try and sort everything. So this weekend is just about enjoying it, documenting the process, you know, for you guys as well, but more so for us when we can look back. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to take you to the gym, we're going to go for some posing, a bit of cardio, take you to the beach, hopefully go get some sushi or steak tonight. So it should be a very good day, and also pick up the car, which I'm sure you're eager to see.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on. Uber's here in 2. This is going to be our last Uber trip, because we get the Mitsubishi after our show. You still recording? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not used to all this vlog shit. I mean, I'm good at chatting crap, but I can't keep going.
Outfit of the day, I've got my Glutey Wear camo leggings, and then this sports bra. I always wear it and people ask me where I got it from. It's from Reebok, believe it or not. And then I've stayed...
Reebok?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
And Joe's hoodie as per.
So we are on route to the gym, hence the bumpiness. So we're just going to do some cardio. Obviously for me now, I'm transitioning into off season, but it's something that I like to keep in year round. Mainly because it keeps me healthy, keeps body fat down, and if anyone has followed me before, they know my appetite is horrendous in off season, so I need to keep cardio in year round just for that appetite rationale more so than anything else. Liv will also do some cardio. She's doing stairs today, where I'll just probably be doing the bike. Typically I just opt for bike in off season. I don't like to expend like stupid amount of calories or put like unnecessary fatigue on the body. I just don't think it's really worth it. But you know, if it was in prep, like typically or in a diet phase, typically on a rest day, when you know fatigue isn't quite as high, I will usually use a rest day sort of stairmaster session first thing in the morning fasted. For me, fasted cardio is always going to be the winner. Lower blood sugars, more fat oxidation, gets you in a really good routine. And I know people argue, oh, calories in, calories out, but I guarantee, I've only seen it time and time again with clients, and you know, success leaves clues. You know, all bodybuilders in the past who have got very, very lean, you know, 90s, the golden era bodybuilders have all done it. So, you know, for me, if it's good enough for them, then it's good enough for me.
This is my bad side.
So I think your glutes look very full that side, a lot fuller than the other. I know you're more fluent posing on that side, but I generally feel your glute fullness that side is better. The more you come down, the more you'll see it as well. Your glutes have never looked this full for me. Still got it.
Just try and sink into your left hip.
More push to waist.
Driving drunk on no.
This is what we suck down on the house. So easy to not work tension. Keep the hips tucked.
I think so, yeah, because your hamstrings are in.
Steady cruising down a 5-6, Cali in the ride. It's 5:15 and I feel so numb. I've been looking at life through a loaded gun, cause you're always on my mind when the moonlight comes. And there ain't no way that I'm calling up your line. I was belling you for time, but you didn't reply. Now I feel so dumb. Said you didn't really like what I've become, but you're always on my mind when the moonlight.
So that is posing wrapped up with me and Olivia. So we're going to come to B1. We don't actually train here on a regular basis.
but we actually train at Train SF because I love the Atlantis kit and I actually really like the atmosphere in there. So we've just got a 3-month pass there, but this is by far the best sort of posing facility we can get our hands on. So obviously from check-in perspective, we just want to get pictures as uniform as we possibly can do and get pictures. So, you know, I am just starting my push-up phase, so week 1, so I still feel a little bit flat and a little bit small, I'm not going to lie. So I just want to get big now. I'm sick of being lean and flat. I want to get massive. And Liv's on the way down, aren't you? But obviously she's still 10 kilo above stage weight, and this is the best I've ever seen her at 10 kilo above stage weight. Obviously, you know, she feels a bit uncomfortable like being 10 kilo up and posing, but we all do when we're heavier than stage weight, and that's just the reality. But you know, you've always got to compare. Don't compare chapter 1 to chapter 10. Compare, you know, 10 kilo above stage weight to 10 kilo above, and if you compare them two variables and not what you look like on stage, you're going to get a little bit more of a true representation. So yeah, we are, no, not cardio wrapped up, I wish it was. Posing wrapped up, we're now going to get an EAA slush and get some cardio done and then head back home. So breakfast is served, back from cardio, showered, changed and back to breakfast. So I'm OCD at the minute. I have my whole diet written down on a training day. Today's actually a rest day, so I should have flipped it around, but that's a training day for anyone that cares. Very clean food sources, 6 whole meals and then shakes around training, so it's like 7 meals a day. So it's quite a lot of food, but breakfast rest day is 80 grams of oats at the minute, with 25 whey in that, handful of blueberries, 2 whole eggs and then 6 egg whites. Cinnamon, pink salt, usual, and this is my new go-to whey in Dubai until the full bore sports order comes, the ISO 100. If you've not tried it, it is one of probably the best quality wheys on the market, but also one of the best tasting, so give it a go.
Honestly, right, I think sometimes you literally can't even write it. So we go and get the car. The car is at £500 a month, by the way, and I'm just going to have to show you it. I've just come back. And yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Like in the UK, Joe's car was unreal. Like my car was like a white Ford Fiesta, and it was like £173 a month for me to have that. This £500 a month, and it's not a shit heap, but it's not what you pay for in the UK. So yeah, cars in Dubai are expensive. So we just got the keys for the car. We literally drove like 2 seconds into the car park. It's one of those multi-story ones where you go up, and literally this woman comes flying round the corner, and I kid you not, we were about this far away. My life literally flashed before my eyes, and she didn't even say sorry. She just asked us to reverse and then drove off. So if you've ever driven in Dubai, you will know, you will feel my pain of what people like driving here, because honestly it is nuts. I can't say whether I'm going to be driving or not. Honestly, I'm shitting myself. I think I'll probably let Joe drive for now, and then maybe just get used to the roads a little bit and then maybe give it a go. But honestly, like, it gives me the absolute fear. So I think I might just have Joe as the chauffeur for the whole time that we're here, maybe. But at least it's only a rental car for now, and then we'll probably buy something. We're looking at getting something like cheap, or relatively cheap, like a second-hand car whilst we're here, because the expense to actually rent one is obviously really expensive, and to have like a nice car when people drive like absolute maniacs, it almost seems silly. So we're going to probably be looking for a buy a car, like a second-hand car, when we have got all of our Emirates ID and stuff. So Joe has gone to get his hair dyed. I know, don't know what he's going to come back looking like. So yeah, I'm going to go to the pool now. I'm just literally finishing meal prepping, and we're going to have a day to switch off. I've just had a couple of setups to do this morning, so it's now 20 past 1. I don't know where the days go, but yeah, I'm going to go head to the pool now. So we actually picked this air fryer up from Nesto, which is like one of the hypermarkets, and it actually is really good. So obviously the one that we had at home was the Ninja, which was like £120. This was like 40 quid, and it's perfect, does the job, absolutely fantastic. We've literally not even turned the oven on yet. And then we also bought this rice cooker, which we literally put all our rice in for the day. It literally does it in about 10-15 minutes, and then it's done, and then you literally just keep it on warm, and it just keeps it on warm all day. So yeah, they are 2 hacks. If you don't have a rice cooker and you eat a lot of rice, I'd say get one because they're really handy. And then I think the air fryer is an absolute must for us. So we've just had our food shopping delivered for the week. Now, if you're from the UK, you will know that obviously we can order shopping, but you have to order it like a week in advance and you have to have like an hour slot. Whereas here, you can Insta-shop anything. So you've got like loads of different supermarkets or, you know, just pharmacies, bakeries, like anything you can literally think of all over Dubai. You Insta-shop it and someone literally picks it up and brings it to your door and it's within like half an hour. So yeah, we are so lucky over here. It's mad. Everything is so instant. So I'm just going to unpack this and then I'm going to head back to the pool. Current situation. This is what Joe's hair looks like after he's got it dyed. How good is that? Take your sunglasses off.
Put my Starbucks in, my cold brew latte, coconut milk. So this is what you need. I'm always a cold brew drinker if it is in a hot climate. Cold brew latte, coconut milk, sugar-free caramel. But yeah, I've been and got a bit of a pamper day for me. So I've had a facial today. Saturdays are just a day of chilling, you know. So I had a facial, and then I've also had my hair dyed as well. And it's funny because when I went to, I was on holiday last time in JBR, it was so expensive, like I paid like £100 for it. Because we're obviously in JBC, which is more like a community, like less touristy areas, obviously where we're living, it was like 25 quid. So like, when people say like it's really expensive, it's not even been that bad, has it? Like we did a full food shop today, between us both, and it was like 125 British pounds. And I was like, you know what? I used to spend more than that in Sainsbury's. Yeah. So, you know, like people think living costs are expensive, but then again, the car rent £500 for a clapped out car is horrendous. But that has been delivered. Have you spoken about that yet? Yeah. Well, anyway, it has been delivered, and we'll give you a grand tour of the Hyundai Accent later on. But yeah, we're just chilling now. It is what time? About 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So we've got one more meal to eat, and then it is our off-plan meal. So we're just going to have one off-plan meal a week at the minute. Even in off-season, I don't like to eat like stupid amounts. So I'm going to meet up with some good friends, Hannah Regan and John Lofthouse. Well, I say John actually. I've only actually met him once, but it seems a great guy. Obviously Hannah I've known for a number of years. So excited to go out tonight, have shisha, sushi, maybe a bit of steak, that sort of thing. Just nice and clean, nothing that affects digestion. And obviously this day that I've posted on Instagram, don't eat at Domino's. It's the equivalent of 14 McDonald's cheeseburgers. Eat what is good for your digestion. But yeah, just gonna chill, have a cold brew, back to the room and get ready to go out.
Jeez, Lex, is that you?
I am just here in the Airbnb gym to do my second round of cardio. So I wouldn't usually put in a client's plan like two sessions of cardio or like long hours of cardio. Not that I'm on hours, but I'm on like an hour on a rest day. The reason for this is because I literally don't do any steps, and for me it's just more effective this way. Like I did this since going full-time online coaching, mainly due to the fact that I had a bike in my living room, and it's just what I prefer. Like I prefer that than going out and doing steps. But for my clients, usually I would say get steps in because it's a lot easier, and obviously a lot of people don't like doing cardio. But I personally like it, and it has worked for me, so that is what I'm doing. This is the Airbnb gym. Like I can't tell you how nice it is. It's just overlooking the pool there. How nice it is to not have to do this in my living room, because obviously that is what I was doing before. So I'm gonna get this half an hour done, and then we are going out for food.
En route to food, late as always.
Always late.
You were the actually one that was late today.
I actually was late, and we're gonna have to try and get to the mall driving for the first time, driving on these roads without a sat nav because we've got no 4G, so this is going to be an experience.
And it's rush hour traffic as well.
Wish us luck.
The grand tour of the Highland accent in all its glory.
Hey, cool car, man. Cool car, man. What is that, Ferrari? Oh, maybe this one, Ferrari. No. Maybe this one, a BMW. I don't know.
Cheers.
There was no key at the camera, so we had a little upgrade. I wouldn't say it's too much of an upgrade, mind you, but
Skirt.
here we have it.
We are just on our way back from dinner. It was actually really nice. We went to Hooker in Dubai Mall, which is like on the roof. It's like on the third floor of the mall, so you can overlook the fountain. So yeah, that was absolutely mega. It was like a Turkish grill, so it was really good food and great company as well. So honestly, getting there was an absolute nightmare. It's the first time we've taken the car out, and I think it was probably
The worst place.
It's definitely the worst place
possibly
we've
travelled.
There was like, if you've ever been to the Dubai Mall before, you'll know it's huge, and there's like there's loads of different car parks. So if you don't go to the right one, you're literally going to be walking for ages. So trying to find the right car park when you don't have 4G, you don't have internet, you don't have a sat nav. We were literally using like Google Maps, like an actual map. It has been an evening to say the least. So we're going to try and find our way home using the map on Google Maps, like a map. And then you'll have your last meal of eggs and then get to bed, because honestly today has been, I feel like every day this week has just been like,
There's always been something, hasn't it?
literally just something.
Nothing has ever gone completely smoothly and stress-free.
No, but we are grateful to be here, we are happy to be here, and it's all just like mistakes that I feel like you probably just have to make, and then you just won't ever make them again. So if we ever go to the mall,
Just get an Uber, even if you've got a car, just get an Uber.
just get an Uber, don't drive.
Because also, when you come out of the car park, you have to queue all the way out from the 10th floor up to come all the way down. So that as well is a little bit of a stress.
Yeah.
And the heat, because the car is not yet cold, is also far too much to cope with, especially when you've got a pair of jeans on. So
yeah, I'm alright because I'm a cold person, but it's now 11:30, we're going to go home, we're going to eat, we're going to sleep, and then Sunday is leg day, so I am looking forward to that. So we will probably catch you at home.
Yes, good morning to you people. So, we didn't do a follow-up video last night because we had an absolute mare. So this is the video, the morning after, to wrap up what was an eventful day. It was our first week in Dubai. So, cut a long story short, we left obviously the restaurant, we had a really nice night at the restaurant, en route home, perfect. Right, so we don't obviously know where we're going, it's rush hour traffic, because the roads in Dubai are just mad all night, to be quite honest with you. So we were coming away from the birds and obviously towards JBC, which is where we're currently living. So it's like towards the marina side of Dubai. So we obviously, before we left, we set up a map on the Wi-Fi, and obviously Google Maps actually will still direct you even if you don't consistently have Wi-Fi, because we still don't have internet. So this is all good and well, we're following the map, and we miss one wrong turn. And I kid you not, a 20-minute drive turned into a 2-hour drive Liv was hysterical crying. We were debating whether to literally stay in a hotel overnight or call an Uber to follow the Uber home. It was just horrendous, but we didn't have any Wi-Fi to book an Uber, and we literally could not do physically anything. So you had to stop at some random takeaway, blag them to get the Wi-Fi, set up a new map, and then come home. But I honestly cannot tell you how difficult it was to follow the roads when you have no idea what the roads look like. You've never been on any of them before, and honestly we were driving around and round and round. It was probably one of the most, I don't get stressed at all. It was one of the most stressful experiences of my life, and I don't even intend to say that. Like, Liv didn't get to sleep till, we left at about 11:15. We got home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then Liv didn't get to sleep till 4 because she was absolutely stressing her head out. And I actually only know that because I've seen it on the story this morning. But I got in bed and I went straight to sleep because I don't struggle sleeping. But yeah, it was one of the most stressful experiences. So for anyone who drives around Dubai, please just make sure you've got a sat nav. It's just not even worth it. Like, the roads, like, if you want to go left, like, you have to go right, but then sometimes if you want to go left, like, you just go left. Like, it's so convoluted. All the roads are called the same thing. To anyone that's probably like lives in Dubai, you're probably listening to this thinking it's not that hard to navigate, which I'm sure within 6 months we're going to say the exact same thing once you know the sort of system of the roads, because I know how to direct myself and I've never got lost in my life. But this was generally the case. Like, we were driving past JVC, like, we were going down a highway and JVC was like here, and we were like, that's where we need to go, just come off there, and then it would loop us back around and take us somewhere else. We'd come past again, we'd go on another road, and it was just the most agonising experience of my whole entire life. So yeah, that wraps up a vlog. It was very positive all up until then, but I guess that's just the realities, and I think everyone's got to do it at some point, but you just don't want to do it at 1 o'clock in the morning and not just take one wrong turn, probably 100 wrong turns, and actually end up 2 hours late. So yeah, there you have it. Use a sat nav in Dubai. But hopefully you enjoyed the vlog. We will no doubt be trying to catch up and do a little bit more moving forward. But I will catch up with you very soon. You won't be seeing Liv's face because she's still fast asleep.